Hi Ashley, it's Ollie here from roastmylandingpage.com. Thank you so much for booking the roast with me, which I'm going to complete for you now. And how it works is, first of all, I'm going to review the answers you gave me here in the intake form. And I use that to kind of paint a picture of the type of landing page I would build if I had your target persona, your product, and your user problem. And this means that I don't just look at your page and say, change this or add this, but actually think about the foundations of conversion and your product before I then do go over and roast your page. So the second part of the video is the roast, and it will contain two types of feedback. The first will be stuff that you'll probably watch and you'll say, oh, that's quite obvious, or I've seen that before. And that just comes from all the other roasts I've done, A/B tests I've run or read about, and just conversion best practice. And then some of the other stuff might be around the conversion strategy, the way you're approaching conversion in terms of the landing pages, the funnel, the experience through the landing page itself. Those things might be worth testing. And the other one that I really do suggest is that you use exit intent. Exit intent answers a lot of those, like, we're not sure what's happening. Exit intent's really good because although it's frustrating, no one really wants to fill it in, no one wants to see another pop-up, it does give you amazing information that you can use to improve the quality of the landing page. And what I tend to do is address the problems that are identified in the exit intent and then rerun the exit intent. I don't keep it running forever. Ultimately, what I'm trying to get people to is a point where when they've got quite a few signups, they're able to segment in different ways. And the most interesting two, one is desktop versus mobile, because you will see a massively different conversion on those, and you want to look into why and what you can do. And the other is the marketing channel. So do my Facebook ads convert as well as my Google organic versus my Google ads? Now, each individual ad platform or tool or whatever you want to call it, social network, will have tools or reporting that allow you to understand the conversions. I much prefer to see all of my conversions side by side and understand what my tool, which in my case is Heap, but you can use GA or whatever else, says is happening in terms of conversion. And that will really illuminate things, because we often see that one channel is converting at 2% and one channel is converting at 12%. And when you start to think about what effort you're putting into marketing, that data is really valuable. When we have problem language, we have a really great opportunity to amplify the pain or the problem. And so you don't just want to say your team are lonely and they're disconnected. You want to say, it's been more difficult than ever for teams to work well together. Zoom calls seemed a lot of fun at first, and now all of a sudden we're all burnt out. We're leaving the day exhausted, and our relationship with work is being damaged. Our team feels more disparate than ever, and although we have a better work-life balance, it just doesn't feel like those spontaneous connections are being facilitated. So you probably see me talk about this, but you just want to get into, are you feeling like this? Does it look like this? Is this you? Use cases are great for this. They explicitly point out things that people can say, that would work for me. Do you want to run a company that looks like this or communicates like this? We can do that. Do you want it to look like this? We can do that too. And then as a visitor, I can say, I'm aligned with that. That's what I want to do. Right, so let's go over to the page and start roasting it. And I do think your marketing angle is maybe like the make the enemy of. So Basecamp, when they launched Hey, I mean, obviously a problematic company in its own right, but when they launched their email thing, they really were trying to say that email is broken. The email clients currently all expose your private data. They've really built an enemy for email, or for their alternate to email. And I wonder if just how hard you should go on the whole, Zoom is broken. We are the alternate to Zoom because we believe these things. So that's something to think about on your page. The other thing is just high level. Look at the play rates on the video, because they are lower than you would expect most of the time. And that means you shouldn't put critical information in the video. The other thing is, there's a lot of text on this landing page, especially under some of the headings, and you just want to make sure it's scannable and really, really, really digging into the first of all the benefits, and second of all the USPs. So in this case, I want a lot of unlike language, like unlike Slack, unlike this. We need use cases. So Geneva, it's a platform for group chats, and one thing I love is that they just show you a bunch of implementations. These are people using the tool, and they also have this, this is just very literal. Oh, I'm doing a summer trip, I should use Geneva. I want to do that for my brunch club. So it's very like, okay, are you doing something like this? Yes. Sells when I try it, and I really just want a way to try it, show not tell, straight away. If I don't get it from trying it, then I'm not a good fit, I don't think. Anyway, maybe if we're trying it into use cases, maybe you could say what different people use it for. So I did a landing page rewrite or rebuild. I brought the designer in for this, but this is command bar. Eliminate UX friction for your users. I can't remember if that's my language, but anyway, what we wanted to do, because this tool works really differently, but depending on how you implement it, is just say how 3 different people use it. So Shortcut uses command bar to enable fast navigation. Canix uses it to make it easy to find nested functionality. Reclaim uses it to make it easier to help center articles. Now, they all use it for all of those purposes, but we kind of wanted to say, look, there's a few different ways in. For all the freedom and flexibility that going remote offers, it can leave us feeling lonely, disengaged, and craving human connection. Okay, cool. That's a downside. Now tell me an outcome of what happens there. So let's follow that. That can lead to higher staff turnover, lower MRR, more productivity issues, more HR issues. Many remote communication tools are overwhelming, hard to learn, or just plain boring. Great, let's name names. I actually think, Slack doesn't work, this doesn't work, is going to be a bit more ballsy and a bit more powerful in terms of conversion. And get creative in free-flowing conversation. Orbital gathers everything. This is a good example of a wall of text. If I was scanning your page, this would just be lost on me. I probably want to see the most productive remote meeting you'll ever have, or the most creative remote meeting. Recapture the energy of all being in the same space. Virtual whiteboards, screen sharing, linked libraries will make it feel like you're there in person, but you can still check your washing up, or whatever. This should be much further up, because this is exactly what I meant about the use cases. I don't want to wait 2/3 down the page to discover, okay, it's actually good for me. Now you're asking me to create a galaxy before it was a virtual home. There's some inconsistency in the call to action. When we say fully customizable, we mean it. Orbital super flexible framework. Yeah, I know. Do you know what this sounds like to me? This sounds really like a lot of work. And what I mean by that is I'm just scanning a page to see if I want to try out a virtual space, and all of a sudden it's like, cool, you've got like 8,000 galleries. But why not give me 5 different environments as a template directory that I can get to success with a lot more quickly and then customize? So I think the benefit here is a virtual space that's like your real world space. So if you have a cool company that used to have like these cool like roof terrace, you can build a roof terrace. Or, why would I want it customized? What's the benefit? What is customization? Maybe it's like virtual spaces are horrible environments in which to co-work. Not anymore. Yes, so first of all, we believe no cameras. So that's an amazing thing, right? That could be one of your first values. No cameras, audio only. Because cameras mean we're looking at ourselves. Cameras means our anxiety flares. You will not, so say goodbye to camera anxiety. That's value 1. Introduce spatial audio so you feel connected but can still work. Or you can connect to conversations in a more spontaneous and natural way. These are more like philosophies. These are core concepts. You really, really, really want to facilitate word of mouth. Because again, it's just about experiencing it. You really want more powerful ways to bring guests in. Like, show a friend around. Invite a friend to visit your office, and we'll give you both a Kit Kat. something like that, because we really want to facilitate word of mouth. If someone rung me up right now and was like, Ollie, like, you need to use this tool Orbital because it's going to make your communication with your team members so much better. And, you know, it's definitely try it to believe it. Then I'm going to do it because I trust them. But if I find you through Google search and I can't feel that experience, then we've got a real problem. Get some really good influencers in them, you know, head of HR for Slack, no, terrible example, head of HR for a big leading company, they're going to answer all of your HR worries. You could even do free expert sessions, you know, session with a lawyer. And then you invite hundreds of people in and they do like I can come in and do one. But the point is, it's tasting your product that is going to drive the conversion. Experience remote work and play that feels more natural, more productive, more human. Nice benefits language. Get that up there. Try it today and see the difference. Yeah. Look, maybe you can even say, we understand trying a new tool is really exhausting, but we believe this is the best way for you and your team to communicate. It will take less than 60 seconds. And if you love what we do, we can have your team migrated in less than 20 hours. And so you're really focusing on that. I would film them a personalized teller. That was one of my clients, and just say, look, this is my product. This is how it works. This is what your brand would look like inside. And that's how I do all my outreach. In terms of your roast, I went all in. I hope you appreciate the energy and you're not exhausted. I am.